Welcome to another episode of Football Talks, and this time we are doing a live episode. And the reason why live, you should know why we are going live, and the only reason is because it's the deadline day of the summer transfer. Alright, so it's a new setup, so let me just check if you can hear me well. I hope you can. Let me just see. Alright, so, well, we have a lot of very exciting. In fact, I feel it's been a long time since we have a very interesting summer transfer, and yeah, so I have a lot of news coming up, and I hope you will be enjoying this new yeah, so let me just give what we can. Alright, so let me just prepare some setups first before we start this whole session. Alright, yeah, okay, so as we all know, it's the summer transfer and it's the deadline day, which means today 11 p.m. UK time is going to be the final call, which means all the clubs, they have to be performing their final deadline day's transfer by 11 p.m. UK time, while teams that is in France and also in the other European sides, they have up to the 1st of September 5 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. So these are the time out of the Premier League, but in the Premier League and the Championship, looks like it's going to be 11 p.m. tonight. And yeah, I am in Malaysia, and in Malaysia now it's 11 p.m. but it's not in Malaysia's time, it's all in the UK's time. So I'm going to brief on certain summer transfers that we might be seeing. So as you can see on my right or my left, you can notice that these are the current summer spending, the total sum that has been spent by each club, date to date, time to time, cost to cost. And deep inside there, you can see first online is Manchester United, followed by Arsenal, City, Chelsea and Aston Villa. And looks like Everton has been spending the least. So let's see what we can find out from the latest one. Alright, so from the latest one, I'll go back to back on the first one. Alright, so let's see what we can notice from the first transfer. As we already know, the one, the great one, the only one, the GOAT is going to be Cristiano Ronaldo. So Cristiano Ronaldo, as we all already know, he is officially a Manchester United player, and the best of all, as you can see, he will be holding the number 7 jersey. So he will be having this jersey number 7. That is still yet to be confirmed, but looks like Edinson Cavani will be taking over the number 21. And the reason why Edinson Cavani might be taking the number 21 is because we might be losing Dan James. And not to say we might, we actually lost Dan James. We lost Dan James to Leeds United. Looks like Leeds have done their transfer, and they have already signed Dan James for a fee of up to, let me just give a check. 1 second. I think it's up to 30 million. Yeah, it's up to 30 million. And James is now officially a Leeds United player. And for this reason, it looks like number 7 is going to Ronaldo. Edinson Cavani is going to be taking number 21. But looks like the number 21 might also be reserved, because latest talks have been saying that Edinson Cavani might be also being moved out to Barcelona, and looks like Barcelona is interested to get Edinson Cavani into their squad, and they are looking very firm at the moment, but no other talks, there is no any pending talks from either side, either parties. But we also heard that there are some rumors stating that Edinson Cavani might be going out, but we never know yet, right? So that is looking at Edinson Cavani. Now let's go to the next one. So the next one in line is coming from the big spender of this whole summer transfer, which is Arsenal FC. And Arsenal FC, Hector Bellerin, Hector Bellerin is now out, so he's no longer going to be an Arsenal player. Finally, looks like some of the Arsenal fans really wants Edinson Cavani pula. They really want what is this? They really want Hector Bellerin to be leading their club, and looks like that is happening. And Bellerin is moving to Real Betis, but looks like Bellerin's deal is a loan move with an option to buy, which also means that Arsenal are having some difficulties to somehow deduct their signings and all this. And so Edinson, why am I keep going to Edinson Cavani? So Hector Bellerin, Hector Bellerin's move is up to a loan with an option to buy by Real Betis if he performs well. At the same time, Arsenal have actually captured a Japanese player, a Japanese right back, and his name is actually Tomiyasu. Alright, so this is Takahiro Tomiyasu. So this deal is now being taken place. I believe Arsenal is, he is undergoing his medical at the moment, and looks like the deal is confirmed. 19.8 million signing. There's a new deal, which also means that Arsenal has overtaken United to go above as the highest spending club this season, and he's already accepted the personal terms, but a medical. So he is a direct replacement. This 23 million euros is a direct replacement for Hector Bellerin, who is leaving the club. And Tomiyasu is now set with a medical, and looks like there won't be any problem. This 22-year-old who has been playing for Bologna FC, he has caught eye on Tottenham Hotspur at first, but looks like Arsenal made their move at the very last minute. And I believe Takahiro will be an Arsenal player in like less than a couple of hours. And next one, a player that looks to be very upset to be in Arsenal, Maitland-Niles. My God, what is happening to Maitland-Niles? It's a bit pity to see Maitland-Niles, a player of such quality that Arsenal have, is not being used according to him. If you notice in his Instagram account yesterday, he actually put up a story saying that he's not happy with Arsenal and he would like to move, and he was even having this crying emoji and on his Instagram post as well, which means that he's really desperate to play, and he really thought that he could seal a deal going to Everton because Everton seem to be interested. But looks like Everton's deal just collapsed, and now the rumors are saying that Maitland-Niles will be training with the second team from this day onwards. So that's a very bad sign. That looks like another Ozil in the making. So feeling bad for Maitland-Niles. I really hope that there is any club in these last minutes who can able to get him. As for Arsenal, I have no question, man. It all depends on Mikel Arteta. Now coming from the other side of the North London, Tottenham Hotspur looks like they have already purchased Emerson Royal, the name Royal. So Emerson Royal is also another right back. So as I was mentioning about Takahiro earlier, who joined Arsenal, they were actually Takahiro was also a favorite for Spurs, but looks like Spurs at the very last minute say, nah, we are backing off from this deal, and they went instead for the Barcelona's 22-year-old young right back, who is worth up to a 25 million, and he's undergoing a medical in Barcelona, which means I believe this deal can be happening in like a very, very short time. And in this case as well, it also means that Tanguy Ndombele is staying in the club. So Ndombele, who had a lot of issues lately with Spurs, who says he wants to leave, looks like he's staying because there's no any other clubs who is interested to look into Ndombele. And with this new purchase now, Emerson Royal, looks like Spurs is in a pretty good condition under Nuno, you can say. Alright, so the next one The next one is actually a debate whether he is going to United or he's going to Chelsea, but looks like Saul Niguez, he's rumored to be going to Chelsea. But there is also a twist in this, and the twist is that the deal looks to be broken, and looks like Chelsea are not going to pursue further in Saul Niguez. But we can never know, because this is a player that even United was interested with. And looks like United back off. I don't know. I really don't know about United and their center defensive midfielder this season. But Chelsea looks to be stepping down from getting Saul Niguez. But yeah, there's still likely some words. We never know at the very last minute what's going to happen with Saul Niguez. The next one, this is a big one. So this is coming from Psg and Real Madrid. So Real Madrid looks to be waiting for Mbappe. So all they do is now do the waiting talks, because they know that Mbappe is only going to be remaining as a PSG player for less than a year. So they're just going to play the waiting game, wait for the time where they can actually purchase Mbappe for a cheaper price. Looks like that's going to happen, but it's not going to happen in this summer transfer. It's going to happen probably somewhere soon, like the next one or the following one. We will never know. But at the moment, looks like this deal is going to be collapsing for this summer, because PSG are really not interested, and Mbappe is not looking happy. He actually wants to leave, but the club is not letting him, and there's no choice. Well, anyway, you can still play with Leo Messi and Neymar and everyone there. Alright, anyway, the next one coming from Anfield, Liverpool. Who is Liverpool signing? Everybody is a bit anxious to know who is Liverpool going to be signing. So it looks like Liverpool will be signing no one at the moment. So Liverpool is more interested to extend their club, their club squads, and most of the players there in Liverpool, they were all extended in contracts, and the latest one is actually Jordan Henderson. So Jordan Henderson seems to be the latest deal that is going to be a player who's going to stay with the club. So the club captain is staying with Liverpool, and that's a good news in a way, because Liverpool are actually securing all their big guns and making sure they are staying with the club for some years to come. So that's a good news. Alright, so I see in the chat box we have Louis Barton, who's asking if we have any Newcastle news at the moment. So as a Newcastle news, the latest one is the Munoz deal. Alright, so the Munoz deal seems to be happening, and looks like it's complete. Yep, the Munoz deal is complete, and the latest one is actually looking like it's coming from Leicester City. So Leicester City, Hamza Chowdhury. So looks like Newcastle is interested with Chowdhury, a very, very young talent, and this can be happening before we know. And the deadline day is still like in a few more hours to go, and Steve Bruce's side is said that he is interested to sign Chowdhury from Leicester. And this deal seems to be very, very interesting. So this is the latest one, and Miguel Almiron, the young forward, looks like he is not going to be allowed to join any clubs. He's just going to stay with Newcastle. That's the latest update that we can see. And yeah, these are the two latest one coming from Newcastle as well. So Newcastle, hopefully they can fight back with the likes of Callum Wilson, and Willock has been a bit quiet at the moment, but I don't see much of how he's not going to influence the game, because we know how talented a player like Willock is, and Jacob Murphy as well, as a right winger who is now in a right back. Even got an assist the other day. So yeah, things are getting pretty interesting. So yes, this will sum up all the latest transfer rumors. The big one I was saying earlier just now. So I'll just recap before we end the show today. So the first one, we already know the latest. So the latest one is actually coming from Old Trafford. Cristiano Ronaldo, who is officially a Manchester United player, the number 7. And looks like Edinson Cavani will be receiving the number 21 because James is no longer a United player. He has moved to Leeds United. At the same time, Edinson Cavani as well, he has been rumored to move to FC Barcelona, but there are no talks at the moment yet. We are still waiting for further explanations, further confirmations if the deal is going to happen or not. As a United fan, obviously I don't want this to happen because Cavani is a very, very important player. The next one in line is Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin, another player who has left Arsenal, and he is joining Real Betis, and this is a loan deal with an option to buy, so which means that if Bellerin is performing very well, then he will definitely be staying for a permanent deal in Real Betis to replace Hector Bellerin. In fact, Arsenal have a lot of right backs at the moment, but they also increased to get Takahiro Tamayasu, a Japanese from Bologna FC, for a fee about 23 million. And this makes Arsenal to be the highest spending club this season. And Takahiro, the 22 young forward, looks to be completing his whole move to Arsenal in less than a few hours time before the windows shut close. The most unhappy news in Arsenal is coming from Maitland-Niles, where Maitland-Niles has been rumored to be playing with the second team now because of his statement yesterday saying that he wants to leave. Clearly says that he don't have enough game time and he wants to go. And he actually thought that he can come up and go to Everton, but looks like the Everton deal just didn't work for him. And Maitland-Niles, I feel bad for him, man. Alright, and then the North London side, the other side of North London, coming from Spurs. So Spurs have already signed Emerson Royal, who is now in terms of medical and personal terms. I think this deal is also going to be completed. Another right back, a 22-year-old right back from Barcelona, a very talented player. Spurs getting hold of him. And Saúl Ñíguez to Chelsea looks like it's not going to happen. Saúl Ñíguez, a very good, we know how good of a player is him in Atletico Madrid, but looks like Chelsea's deal to get him is not going to work. The next one, Kylian Mbappe as well, looks like this deal is also not going to work. He's going to stay with PSG and fight for his move to Real Madrid, the following transfer, because Real Madrid is going to play the waiting game. And finally, Liverpool, who has just captured no one, but they have just re-signed every player that they have to make sure they stay to the club and stay committed. The latest one was actually Jordan Henderson. Alright, so these are all the rumors that we have so far on this latest transfer deadline day, and I hope that we might be seeing more interesting outcomes. Do follow Football Bluds TV all the way in Instagram, in Facebook, in TikTok, and also the main one in YouTube. Do subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates from us. A lot of live watch-alongs as well might be taking place, as now we are in the international break. Probably there might be more lovely contents coming ahead. Wonders and blunders that's also out in YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoy. Take care, stay safe, do subscribe to the channel Football Bluds TV. Sabesh.